Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow, working from home like so many of you. State of Texas starting to get back to business tomorrow. But how are Houston area businesses getting ready to open smart? We know you've got questions. Well, today we're taking your questions right to the business owners and leaders in our community. We are devoting most of today's show to finding out what they're doing to make sure you are safe. Those conversations are coming up. But first, here are your top 3 headlines on COVID-19 this noon hour. Texas is reopening just as we hear more tough economic news. Nationwide, 3.8 million more workers applied for unemployment benefits last week. That means more than 30 million Americans have lost their jobs since this pandemic began. Economists fear that number could go as high as 20% of the U.S. workforce. Number 2, today Texas's stay-home order will expire, as do the federal guidelines. President Trump will not extend them nationally, leaving that decision to each individual state. And from hard-hit airlines, USA Today reporting JetBlue is asking the government to temporarily cut more routes and stop service to major hubs. That includes Houston Intercontinental Airport. Those new unemployment numbers show that 1 in 6 Americans now without work. This since the lockdown shuttered businesses. Janelle Fort breaks down those numbers here in Houston.
Another 3.8 million people filed for unemployment benefits last week, bringing the tally to more than 30 million Americans out of work since the COVID-19 pandemic unleashed its fury on the U.S. job market. Unemployment offices across the country are in overdrive to process claims, and with Texas starting to roll out its reopening phases, many workers worried about their health are facing a dilemma: to go back to work and potentially be put at risk, or stay home and risk running out of money. Texas Workforce Commission Director Ed Cerner says the agency is working on guidelines to address this and will handle it on a case-by-case basis.
It doesn't make sense to us in this very unique time to not have unique actions to address someone being concerned about going back to work or not being able to go back to work.
A new report released by Rice University's Kinder Institute breaks down the unemployment numbers in Harris County. It found that across Houston neighborhoods, the proportion of workers that have experienced job losses up to now ranges from about 7 to 9%. Zip codes impacted the most by the economic downturn are home to low-income renters, the working poor, and single-parent households. Industry-wise, the report says people who work in accommodation and food service, retail, and construction are being hit the hardest, with neighborhoods like Gulfton, Sharpstown, and Greenspoint all significantly impacted. Janelle Ford, KHOU, 11 News.
The White House is now hoping to move the drug remdesivir to warp speed. Clinical trials show that the drug helped hospitalized patients recover in 11 days compared to 15 when given a placebo. CBS News reports that the White House is now launching Operation Warp Speed to fast-track the manufacturing of leading drugs like remdesivir. Costco will return to normal hours Monday, but the chain will require customers to wear masks in stores. It is the first major grocery chain to make that move. H-E-B strongly recommends the use of facial coverings inside its stores. Others require workers to wear masks and ask customers to follow guidelines. And as Harris County businesses get ready to reopen, county commissioners will hire more than 40 contact tracers to help control the spread of COVID-19. David Gonzalez explains that epidemiologists are working like detectives to track positive cases.
The fight against coronavirus has completely changed the way epidemiologists with Harris County do their jobs. Right now, they're strictly working on COVID-19 cases.
And it's, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week sometimes. It's a lot. It's a lot, but it's a rewarding experience because I get to help so many people.
The EPIs, as they're known, use contact tracing to find positive cases.
One of my very first positive cases, I had to tell this individual they were positive on their birthday.
And figure out who that person came in contact with or who may have transferred the disease to them.
Their close contacts, family members, coworkers, and try and get them to either isolate themselves or get tested themselves so that we can stop the spread of the disease. So
They're in constant contact with patients throughout their 14-day quarantine, but a new app lets people report their own symptoms directly, which is saving Epi's valuable time.
They put in their temperature, they answer simple yes/no questions about their symptoms, and also whether or not they need us to contact them.
The job can take a toll on them, so they have resources to help them cope, like therapy dogs. They know their roles in this ongoing battle against coronavirus is more important than ever. In Houston, I'm David Gonzalez, KHOU 11 News.
Looking for another option to get out while social distancing? Well, Galveston has announced it will reopen all beaches tomorrow beyond just a couple of hours in the morning for exercise. City, of course, still encouraging social distancing. But in California, the governor is shutting down beaches and parks because people won't stop overcrowding those areas. We know you've got a lot of questions, so you can text any of the keywords on your screen to 713-526-1111, and we'll text you back information on those topics. All right, let's get a live look over the Galleria area right now. It is just gorgeous and sunny. Man, a Chamber of Commerce day. You need sunglasses and sunscreen. Blake Matthews up in the Woodlands with your forecast. Hey, Guy.
That's right, Sherman. Shaping up to be a beautiful afternoon and a beautiful next couple of days, taking us all the way through the coming weekend. 90s also this weekend. We're talking about some mid-90s in some areas and very limited rain chances over the next 7 days. So good news if you like the sunny skies, and I certainly do. And I know many of you do as well. Visible satellite, hardly a cloud to be found across the entire state of Texas. Temperatures right now here in Houston only holding in those upper 70s. Just really doesn't get much better than this. 74 degrees in Dallas. Mid to upper 80s out there in San Angelo, 81 degrees right now in San Antonio. So here's your forecast for the rest of the day. Really not much to talk about. We're talking about beautiful weather all the way through this evening. High temperatures today should make it in those low to mid 80s. 84 degrees is what we're going with by 5 o'clock. And then really staying pretty Chamber of Commerce as we head into the coming weekend. We're not looking for any big surprises. It's shaping up to be lots of sunshine as we head into the next couple of days, Sherman. So that's what we have for you, looking pretty good.
Thank you, Blake. Be sure to download our free KHOU 11 mobile app to follow the forecast. When we come back, you asked questions and we are getting answers. How are Texas businesses getting ready to open smart when the governor's reopening plan goes into effect? 3 local business leaders, 3 conversations, 3 sets of questions you sent in. We're devoting the rest of today's show to getting those questions answered. And we've launched a whole new section on our website devoted to helping you understand what's happening. It's live right now. Just head to khou.com/open.
Join KHOU 11 and Houston First for a virtual Party on the Plaza concert. Performances by Ryan Bingham, St. Paul and the Broken Bones, Robert Randolph, Hayes Carl, The Dip, The Suffers, Sir Woman, and Grupo Fantasma. With appearances by Bun B, Deborah Duncan, and more. The virtual Party on the Plaza concert benefiting the Houston Food Bank. Saturday at 7 on KHOU 11.